Hey guys, it's Anna here with quite an unusual video. Certain events have happened and I decided it's gonna be alright for us to unveil some stories about our interests and hobbies besides Sonic. Here we are and I'm going to show you our collection of Russian Pokémon TCG cards. You can see it's as full as it can be with all the reverse holos. And I'll also show you all the promos and alternative cards later. I've always liked Pokemon franchise and knew about Pokemon TCG, but I've never had someone to play with, so I didn't bother with learning the rules or even collecting, since legit Pokemon TCG booster packs were hard to come by in Russia. A long time passed, I met Razor and we started recording Sonic videos together. Then, Nintendo of Russia suddenly decided to localize Pokemon TCG, and as time went by, we got into it and started both collecting the cards and play the game competitively at the official local tournaments. The localization started with XY base set, which you can see I'm browsing through right here. And Nintendo sold the booster packs and other stuff in their official shop. It's too bad that the XY set didn't have the reverse holo energies, they're so pretty. Here are the full arts and here are the promos. So here we have Pikachu, Chespin, Fennekin and Froakie. These were the only promos that came from the blister packs that contained 2 XY packs at the moment. We have never had any other blister promos released in here, and Chespin here is XY01 Black Star promo, Fennekin is XY02 Black Star promo, Froakie is XY03 Black Star promo, and then we have Xerneas EX, which is XY07 Black Star promo. So you can see a lot of cards were skipped. Nintendo of Russia didn't bother with releasing all of the promos in here, so we only got these 4 from the blister packs, and all the others we got from tin boxes. Nintendo didn't even release all of the tin boxes. We've got just a few of them, and also all of the Charizard EX Black Star promos have a misprinted number on them. This card here has XY28 as its number, although this Venusaur here has XY28 as well. So I believe Charizard was supposed to be XY29, but somehow all of the Russian Charizard EXs are XY28 for some reason. Also, we have a very strange meta. You can see we have Volcanion EX promo from XY Steam Siege, but Steam Siege was never released in Russia, so we didn't get even to play the Volcanion EX deck with baby Volcanions. Here are the other alternative cards. Here we have Vivillon, which has an exclusive Russian pattern on its wings, white pattern. It was only released in Russia this way. Also here we have some of the theme decks alternative cards, such as this Yveltal and Xerneas, which have Correct Eyes holo pattern on them, and the Slurpuff, Aromatism, Electric and Melodic and some other cards. Usually they come with holofoil effect in the set, but in the theme decks they just have this they have just regular printing on them. Here are the other theme deck promos, and we didn't get much theme decks here in Russia either. These are all the cards that we could get from the theme decks. Some of the theme decks were never released for some reason. And these are this Vulpix, Torchic and Fennekin and some others that I'm gonna show you. These are part of a mini promo set from McDonald's, which also were released in Russian. There are 12 cards total in this mini set. This all of these cards actually have their corresponding counterparts in the original sets, and these have the only difference. They have this interesting holofoil effect on them. This here is XY Kayla starter set, which is also a mini set that came only from the theme decks. And for some reason, this was actually supposed to be the first of the XY sets, but Nintendo of Russia actually only released it with the Phantom Forces, so it came very late for us. And also, for some reason, some of the Russian cards from this set have a misprint on them. You can see this Pokeball here has its set number next to the set icon, but from some of the theme decks, this Pokeball came with just the set icon without the set number. The same goes for the Potion and the Tierno supporter. We have all of these options here. So let's move on to the next set, and you can see actually we have custom albums here that we made together. Okay, moving on to the Flashfire set. So, with the localization, some strange rules came, which Nintendo of Russia applied, and that was the complete prohibition of using and buying Pokemon cards in other languages but Russian. With this, players could only buy English cards from eBay and similar online stores or by going abroad, but even then, the English cards would just be unusable here. And it was all fine and well actually, until Nintendo of Russia started delaying the releases of the new sets. When the whole world was playing using the cards from XY Kayla's starter set through XY Fates Collide, and Fates Collide was released on May 2nd, 2016 in English. In Russia, we could only play with cards from XY starter set through XY Ancient Origins. Okay, moving on. Furious Fists. Ancient Origins came out in Russia on February 19th, 2016, while in English it came out on August 12th, 2015, so you can feel the difference, huh? Well, here comes the worst part. We had Nationals last year, and Nintendo of Russia sent the victors to compete in Pokémon TCG World Championship 2016. Well, they did pay for the flight and covered some of the costs, but our players who were unable to play using English cards all the time were way behind the whole world. They had so much to catch up with, so surely enough, our players, although they tried their best to practice and get all the cards they needed for their new decks, didn't even get into the day 2 of the competition. Okay, moving on to the Phantom Bosses. We tried reasoning with Nintendo of Russia about allowing us to play using English cards in here. We even made a petition and had quite a lot of players to sign it, but to no avail. Even some of the foreign players signed the petition, since they were like, come on guys, this is a game that we're supposed to play it on the same grounds as each other. And, well, Nintendo just didn't even leave us with any answer to this. More than half a year passed. We had a XY Breakthrough released in Russia on November 22nd, 2016, and in English it was actually released on November 4th, 2015, so the gap between the releases of Russian and English sets was a year wide by that point. Okay, moving on. Here we have actually an official album by Nintendo. And we tried making some arrangements, so you can see all the reverse holos are on this side, while all the regular versions of the cards are on this side. So some cards that do not have their counterparts as the reverse holos, such as EXs and other cards, well, you can see they're not present on this side. It's actually quite easier to keep track of what's left to collect this way, since you can see all of the gaps. Well, there are no gaps in here right now. Well, besides for the counterparts that don't exist in the reverse set. So, for another half a year we had to play this, when finally on May 4th, 2017, we received news from Nintendo of Russia about discontinuing Russian localization of Pokémon TCG completely and allowing players to compete officially using English cards, which will start selling in Russian Nintendo shops on June 9th, 2017, finally allowing Russian players to catch up with the rest of the world. So, having these news now, we can say that our collection is now perfectly complete, our collection of all the Russian TCG cards, and actually I really like these two pages. They're so shiny. Roaring Skies set. I actually like this set the most, since I like birds and there are tons of bird cards in here. It was actually the first set that we completed together. First we completed it without having all the reverse holos. We were like, oh, okay, the set is complete, why do we have to complete the reverse holo set? And then we realized it had so many reverse holos already, so it wouldn't be troublesome to get the rest of the reverse holos. So that way we started collecting all the complete sets, and eventually, as you can see, we finished collecting all the cards. It was nice opening the packs, since you always have a chance of opening Shaymaniacs. Two secret cards here. So, moving on to Ancient Origins set. Summing things up, all the sets that came out in Russia are Kayla's Status set, which, as I already said, was supposed to be the first set of XY worldwide, but in Russia it came out much later with the release of Russian Phantom Forces, to be precise. Then we got Flashfire, Furious Fists, Phantom Forces, Primal Clash, Roaring Skies, Ancient Origins, and finally Breakthrough. Nintendo of Russia skipped a subset of Double Crisis and decided not to localize Generations, most likely due to it being released in special boxes each month of 2016, and Russian cards were mostly sold as separate booster packs, blisters, and booster boxes, and tin boxes. While Generations set was actually, I believe, never sold in tin boxes and others. So here we come to the last Russian set, Breakthrough. It's actually a shame that we never got Breakpoint sold in here. Breakpoint has so many useful trainer cards. Well, Breakthrough is the first set to introduce break cards. Our meta skipped quite a lot of cards and quite a lot of combinations. We were really keen on playing some decks like Trevenant Break, Greninja Break, and Xerneas Break, but since the sets that contain such break cards will never come in Russia, and we are moving right into Sun and Moon and Sun and Moon Guardians Rising, and these sets have much more useful cards in there. So, well, with all that being said and done, our collection is finally complete and will remain probably complete since Nintendo won't release any new Russian cards. Well, we've covered all the sets and all the alternative cards versions. Thank you guys for watching!